7:53, 8 minutes before the hour of 8 o'clock here on this Wednesday morning. Chris Herb called me the other morning, and he's on with me today. He is the president of the Connecticut Energy Marketers Association, which represents some 600 locally owned home heating oil and propane companies. And I've got him with me this morning. Chris, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Brad. How are you?
Good, and thank you for calling me. Now, I understand that you and your organization are upset because you're saying that the CEO of Northeast Utilities is supporting Governor Malloy. Is that the problem?
I have no problem with a democracy where people choose who they want to support. I do have a problem when there is a law that specifically prohibits contractors from soliciting and making donations to the governor's campaign, in this case, where there could be a quid pro quo. So our problem is that what we want to do is take a step back and explain a little bit why that is especially concerning to family-owned Connecticut-based businesses, particularly because the governor has been the chief proponent of a natural gas expansion plan that we've talked about on your program before with your listeners.
Yes, you did.
It would run a line, 900 miles of new lines, and that's like running a line from Hartford to Chattanooga, Tennessee. So the governor is the chief proponent of a plan that will return potentially billions of dollars in revenue back to this company. And now this company, who is prohibited by law, is out soliciting campaign donations. And it has raised questions amongst the Election Enforcement Commission who's investigating this. So
again, how is the CEO of Northeast Utilities involved? Evidently, this is what's troubling you the most, Chris.
Correct. He sent the communication out to his employees. It'd be like your boss sending you, your new boss is sending you a communication saying, we want you to donate, even though it's prohibited. And he specifically said according to the Elections Enforcement Commission, the CEO specifically said that he wanted his employees to support Governor Malloy and to make a donation. So that is, if you know that an age-old saying is follow the money. And I'll tell you, if you connect the dots here, you have a governor who is giving a $17.5 billion regulated monopoly with a guaranteed rate of return. He's giving them potentially billions of dollars in revenue, and now the CEO of that same natural gas utility is soliciting donations on his behalf. That concerns us, especially when a plan like this puts family-owned businesses at a significant disadvantage in the marketplace.
Chris, I want to get into this with you about the family-owned businesses, some 600 locally owned home heating oil. Are they going to be going out of business, some of them, because of this?
There is no doubt that when the government, and the governor specifically, is picking winners and losers in the energy market, that there will have that effect. Our industry in total, the petroleum industry in Connecticut, employs about 13,000 people. The first sign is we will see some of our labor force affected by this. Eventually, if the full plan, 280,000 people are converted with the government support, and 900 miles of new lines are put in, yes, we will see family-owned businesses that are in their third and fourth generation, Connecticut residents who own these, go away. It's a sad circumstances, and that's why we are so focused on making sure that the Elections Enforcement Commission does their work and they address this problem.
Are they doing it?
Well, they've delayed their announcement a couple of weeks, but we're patiently awaiting them to go through their process. They're clearly being diligent, and we're hopeful that if they just follow the money, that it will come, the right outcome will come.
You know, and of course we had this big battle now about heating oil, about everything in the state when it comes to energy. The CL&P, the bills. You have no idea. You should sit here in the morning. In fact, that was the morning, I believe, if my memory serves me correctly, Chris, that you called me.
Brad, that is correct, because when the governor's plan was passed by the legislature and then eventually approved by the Public Utility Regulatory Authority, what it means for your listeners is that they can be charged up to 30% more if they convert to natural gas. So you're going to pay 30% more. The $17.5 billion corporation that's going to sell you the gas doesn't have to contribute one penny. yet you're going to pay 30% more. And that's why we're concerned when the CEO of one of these utilities is soliciting campaign donations. It doesn't pass the smell test, Brad.
Well, I remember your call, and you should have been here that morning and several mornings, the calls that I had from people when I started talking about bills. First of all, I talked about mine, didn't say the amount, but, I mean, I can see what's coming down the line, and other people started to call me, and so they're very concerned. I'm telling you right now, it's the middle class that's going to get killed.
But we need to be concerned, and I'll tell you, that concern level in the confidence of the citizens of Connecticut should be shaken when they see actions like that are being investigated right now. If you're concerned about your bill, just think about what happens when billions of dollars in investment and those costs get shifted back onto you, and that $17 billion publicly traded company doesn't have to contribute to it. That doesn't make sense at any level.
Chris Herb. Chris, thank you for being with me this morning, the president of the Connecticut Energy Marketers Association, representing 600 locally owned home heating oil and propane companies. Thank you, Chris. We'll talk again.
Thank you, Brett.